How you doing, everyone? My name is Ryan and this is Ade, and welcome back to another edition of Boxtalk. To all the people that have not watched Boxtalk before, and I'm talking about the AJ fans who've never seen this show before, let me give you a little bit of background history. We like AJ.
Yeah, 100%.
Good fans of, big fans of AJ.
Yep.
Been to his fights, been to his press conferences, took pictures, we done interviewed him.
Yep.
We like AJ.
Oh, a lot.
Not a problem with AJ at all.
Yeah.
But about 18 months ago, there was this other guy who was the next big thing in American boxing called Deontay Wilder. He's going to get a world title and he's going to run through the whole division and beat everyone. And we were like, good, can't we see what happens? Then he fought someone called Molina. Then he fought someone called Duhaupas. Then he fought Spitzka, avoiding his mandatory. Just basically wasted 18 months of boxing fans watching entertaining heavyweight boxing because you got a champion fighting substandard opposition. Let's go to 2016 today. We got a champion in Anthony Joshua, good fighter. Yes, he's fresh, just like Wilder was. Wins his world title, and now he's fighting substandard opposition. It's not saying you can't have warm-up fights. It's not saying you can't, you know, have a homecoming fight, if you want to say that. But you got to be fair. When you have a world title and it's the IBF championship, you've got to fight ranked fighters. I said this with Wilder before, I'm saying it with AJ. AJ is nowhere even close to Wilder as of yet. Wilder's wasted, like I said, 18 months. Joshua's been a champion for what? 3 weeks? Yeah, so it's different. Let's hope this ain't the trend we're getting from Matchroom in the next 18 months. Ade?
Well, it's very much a tricky one with AJ. I'll say the differences with Deontay Wilder are there for people to be seen. Deontay Wilder, I think, is on his 30, I can't remember, 33rd, something like the fight, or something like 34th, I can't remember. Obviously AJ, we know this is the 17th?
Something like that, something.
Yeah. So people are gonna, I can see how some people are gonna say, look, but you look at how many fights Deontay Wilder's had, look. In boxing, unfortunately, that counts for very little in terms of how many fights you have. If you're a world champion, you're a world champion. Whether it be Lomachenko, 3 or 4 fights, or Rigondeaux, 10 fights. Once you've got that belt around your waist, it says to a lot of people out there that you're one of the best in the world. With all the fractured belts at the moment, it means you're at least in the top 4. That's what people think.
Yeah.
So we want to see good opponents. Now, if Eddie Hearn mentioned, okay, we're going to fight either Duhaupas, Adamek and Breazeale, not a problem. Put Stavern in there. And I think this is what's causing a bit of a problem. Everyone knows Stavern is recognised top 10 in the world, and no one would have moaned with that.
Yeah.
Breazeale comes with a good record on the outside, and this is what we've all got to start doing. When we see a lot of these, I used to do it when I was a kid. You see 25 and 0, you think, oh my god, he's good, he's great.
6'7".
You hear these fat stats and it sounds wow. Some people said Breazeale is a decent opponent for a guy that's only had 17 fights, but this is the thing, stop saying 17 fights. Let's start saying world champion.
Yeah.
If we're going to say just 17 fights, you're right, 17 fights is fantastic. In terms of progression, this is your peer, because Breazeale's only had like 17 fights, so in and around that much. But when you add that world champion tag to the end of that, you start wanting to see better fights, and I think this is where the problem is. We pay for AJ now. Yeah. AJ is not fighting at York or Bethnal Green.
Yeah.
He's fighting at O2 Arena, nearly 20,000, and we're paying to go and see that. Tickets are going for like 2,000. The tickets for his last fight went for £2,000.
Yeah.
For £2,000, you want to see better opposition.
Yeah. See, the thing about boxing, we've mentioned it all the time, you have the business mode and the boxing mode.
Yes.
Yeah? The business mode, okay, the boxing mode has its faults as well.
Yeah.
The business mode has its faults as well.
Yeah.
Yeah? The problem with the business mode is this. You've got a guy that is not university ranked in the top 20. A guy that in his last fight was losing and got dropped hard by Amir Mansour, who's a very good fighter, but Amir Mansour is not a top 10 ranked fighter.
Amir Mansour literally just came out of jail a few months before that.
Amir Mansour is in his mid-40s.
Yeah.
He's all in great shape and still a puncher. Drop this guy.
Yeah.
And Amir Mansour pulled out the fight because he had a lacerated tongue. It was a fight Breazeale was clearly on his way to losing.
Yeah. Watch it, guys. We're not asking. It's on YouTube. Watch it.
Yeah. Now you get the business mode. So this is the business mode. So you get an undefeated fighter, come off a bad performance, got all these accolades, 6'7", undefeated, blah blah blah, and then you put him on pay-per-view as a main event against the future dominant champion. That's not a good fight to sell.
Yeah.
Now, if that fight was on domestic Sky, there'll be some complaints, but not that many. Making it pay-per-view makes it a complaint.
You know, the problem is that the number of casual fans outweigh the number of boxing fans.
Yeah, the people that will buy it not know what they're buying.
People, like, you know what I mean? My sister's already asked me, after seeing a picture of Breazeale, so my God, he's bigger than AJ.
Yeah.
He's unbeaten. And he's knocked out so many people. So already, you see what the problem is. A lot of people are going to say that don't really know too much about boxing, who just love AJ because AJ looks the part, and they already think it's a fantastic matchup. In fact, you look on the record, these guys look very similar. 6 foot, 6'7", way around the same. You know, both Olympians, both unbeaten, both have a fantastic knockout record. And so I think Eddie Hearn has stopped trying to please the boxing fans. He doesn't need to please us because we're so minimal in terms of people that are buying pay-per-views. He's just pleasing the casual fans, and the casual fans think this is quite a good matchup. And that's the problem, where I look at this and I think Dylan White was more tougher than Charles Martin and Breazeale. Do you know what I mean? And that's the problem. What do? Do you want to please the boxing fans or the casual fans? And I think right now AJ's fan base is so massive, you want to please the casual fans. They care. We spoke about this, I think, this week in boxing, where we said that obviously the Sky doesn't release their figures, but you know, it kind of get leaked out a bit, where Dylan White done 400,000, AJ, Charles Martin, they said done more than that, so you're probably looking at 500,000. This will probably touch that again. First defense, unbeaten, he's probably going to touch 600,000. The business mode ain't complaining at all.
So tell you what,
AJ's brand doesn't moan too much because AJ gets another knockout. It looks fantastic on the record. So, and then you're going to do what you normally get, which is the tweets from Tyson Fury, the tweets from AJ, the tweets, and it just starts to build and build again. AJ's brand will never diminish because of the people like David Haye that are going to antagonize him, and Tyson Fury are going to antagonize him, and maybe even Deontay Wilder. AJ's brand's going to grow and grow and grow. Us boxing fans will moan, but we're the silent minority here.
I disagree with you slightly on that. There's two fighters out there who are retired now that were the pay-per-view goddess. They run over the whole division.
You just call them ladies, goddesses.
Divas.
That's my bad.
Right? But Floyd Mayweather. Big Floyd Mayweather, highest pay-per-view fighter of all time. All he fights at pay-per-view, could do everything. What did his fight with Berto do?
500,000.
He didn't set the world on fire. Everyone like that's the worst Mayweather pay-per-view since God knows when. Know what I mean? This week I talked about Bob Arum saying, "Oh my gosh, Pacquiao's pay-per-view numbers are so poor. I don't know what I'm going to do. I lost money." Just because you've got big entities, it doesn't mean the ship won't sink sometimes. You got to be careful what you give your fans, because your fans will have enough sooner or later. I'm not saying the fans have enough now. I think we're a long way from that stage for Anthony Joshua, because we're lacking the development, we're lacking the journey he's on. I'm just looking at it right now and saying that 18 months ago, when Deontay Wilder beats Deverne, I was like, oh my gosh, this guy's kind of wild, doesn't fight well together, but he could punch, and he's an athlete. We're going to get some good fights out of him. We're going to see where he really stands. He was talking about fighting Klitschko then in summertime. Remember that? What did we get?
I think we need to give AJ a bit of a break on this one. Just a small bit. It's his first defence. And that's what I'll say. It's his first defence. And I mean, you go through history, and I mean, I can't remember who David Haye fought in his first defence. Was it John Ruiz or Audie Harrison?
I think it was John Ruiz.
Was it John Ruiz? Who then retired?
But in saying that, Zoe, that again, that's it. I'm not defending David Haye, but John Ruiz was still at the time ranked around top 10.
Was he? Was he top 10 around that time?
University, he was. I ain't being hard on AJ. I'm trying to say, like I said, I like what he's doing. I think he's good for the sport. I'm just being a consistent boxing fan. Saying what I see and how I see it. And like I said, if this was Deontay Wilder, I'll give him the same treatment, You can't be the heavyweight champion of the world or have that trinket and then don't defend it correctly.
Is this a mandatory?
No, voluntary.
It's a voluntary, Okay, cool.
And what, you've got to be a top 15.
And for that governing body.
So
Breazeale's probably 15. No, I'm joking.
yeah, but you get what point I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's not this is not to hurt Anthony Joshua.
Oh no, of course.
It's just to say you got to be fair to where it is.
Yeah.
And right now it's not really fair.
I will say this though, because I've seen a lot of Tyson Fury fans, I've seen Tyson Fury's tweets. I'm not convinced if Tyson Fury didn't have to do his rematch with Klitschko, I'm not convinced Tyson Fury would have fought a top 10 guy either. I'll be honest with you, I'm not convinced he would have fought a top 10 guy.
So
Nothing in his
Past,
catalogue, it says just that he would have fought a killer either. He wouldn't have gone in there with Luis Ortiz or Wilder or any of these guys. I don't think so. I'm not trying to say I don't think he's scared. I'm just trying to say I've seen a lot of Twitter like, oh, look who AJ's fighting. I don't think they would have took someone's.
I don't think anyone will mix with the top 5.
No, of course not. Yeah.
Yeah, because of who they are and where they are right now. But I will say that I will definitely see Fury in there with a Stavern or a Brian Jennings.
First defense, you think?
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, maybe.
No, you know. And just ask a quick question as well. Some guys on Twitter are saying that we should put
AJ and Eddie in the basement.
Yeah, in the boxing basement. And I'll say this: AJ's not going in the basement.
No chance.
Yeah, he's had a tough 3 weeks.
Yeah.
We need to be fair to what we're seeing.
Yeah.
We're not happy with this particular fight. We've got to see what happens down the line. But Eddie Hearn, he's getting a lot of tags for the basement right now, because I'm looking what Eddie Hearn's been doing recently, and I'm like,
Yeah, Eddie's definitely fake skating on thin ice, as they say.
Yeah, it's definitely on thin ice. Yeah, but AJ's not happening.
No.
Wilder.
For the sport.
Yeah, Wilder has done 100 things worse than AJ.
Yeah, AJ's good for the sport.
AJ's 3 weeks old. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I will say this very quickly, because I know some, and I kind of said it in the beginning, I just want to touch on it. It's not that we're tough on Andy Joshua, because like I say, if Andy Joshua was a fighter that was 17-0, this is fantastic progression. I will be saying, oh, this is great. Breazeale, you're kind of, as Ryan said, you're fighting your peers, in the sense that the guys that are in and around you, same kind of experience level, and you're knocking those off, and I don't mind that. It's just that he's a world champion, guys, and as boxing fans, and to make the sport grow, we want to see the world champions fight guys in the top 10. Guys in and around that. Brian Jennings, Bermain Stavern. I mean, even if you fought Malik Scott, I don't think people will be going up in arms about this. Just guys in and around that offer a bit more.
Yeah.
Breazeale is a name. Watch his fights. They're on YouTube. You'll realise that he ain't a great boxer, and that's just a problem. I will say this, and let's wrap up a bit.
Yeah.
How lucky are they didn't do this on the same night as Klitschko Fury? No wonder they bloody changed.
Yeah,
you put this on the same time as Klitschko Fury.
Yeah. You hurt AJ's brand.
You hurt AJ's brand, because a lot of people think, what? Don't get me wrong. Again, he's got all the casual fans, so maybe not, but it'll be tough.
Yeah, it will be.
It'll be tough. All right, there you go, guys. So that's the initial thoughts. Me and Ryan said this will be a 2-minute video. Sorry. You know it is already. That's initial thoughts on this fight. Again, not to destroy AJ. We think AJ is a fantastic boxer, he's a fantastic person, and he's fantastic for the sport, because he's bringing a lot of fans, and that's what boxing needs. We are just, as hardcore boxing fans, a bit disappointed with Breazeale. Let's be honest, we're disappointed. Who isn't disappointed? I've seen the feedback on Twitter. A lot of people are disappointed. But not to say this is AJ's fault, because look, they put him in front of him, he seems to be knocking him down. There are just other guys in and around the top 15 that will make more competitive fights, that would mean we're not too upset to give $21.95 to watch. And people were doing the ringside tickets for $300. I think $21.95.
I'll just press the red button.
Press the button, comes out, you build it. And so rich, doesn't even know, doesn't even see it come out of his bank account. But there you go, guys. Leave your comments below. What do you think about this matchup? Are we being too harsh? Is it a good matchup? Can you think of other fighters in and around the top 15, 20 you'd prefer to see? Even some people have rumoured about a Dylan White rematch. Would you prefer to see that than this? I don't know. Dylan White get a title shot off the back of a loss. I don't like that, but I can understand where you would think that. But leave your comments below and tell us what you think. Peace.